Wow. Oh, snap. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening today. Interesting. I got off on a weird tangent when I started the stream. Hey, good morning, Brian. Are you new to the channel? Do you show up and linger sometimes? Don't think I've seen you here before. All right. All right, gotcha, Brian. All good, my friend. Just curious. It was nice to see a new face. So markets able to hold near the highs of the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Look, it almost looks like a cup and handle on the. This is the ES, so this is the S&P 500. Let's look at the NQ. Similar. I got too many lines on the chart sometimes to. Yeah, pretty similar. Pretty similar. So market just opened, got a couple things down, a couple things up. Roku looks like it took it on the chin again today. Not quite to the lows of overnight session yesterday, but definitely down lower here under the 50-day. Hey, what's up, Rob? Yeah, you mean on time? Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning here, so I'm not a massive morning person. I do like the mornings, but hard for me to get up sometimes. Like everyone, I suffer from my stay up a little bit later syndrome. Overstock JD getting close to that breakout we've been talking about. You guys up a little bit. Kiwi looks like it broke a descending trend line here, ever so slightly with a nice volume pop yesterday, above average. That's good. UWT Funco trying to work its way back. Carvana. Light. Snap's coming back pretty good as it moves away from me here. Where are you, Snap? Snap's handling things really well, trying to reverse up out. Look at past 3 days closing right towards the high is a pretty good sign. Look at yesterday's open on Snap, and then it comes right back. So that's pretty good. Let me check out you guys. Yeah, looks like it had a little bit of a hit. 3 days of selling in a row. That one was definitely elevated volume. So, yep, looks like a more consolidation in order for this name. Yeah, it's hard to tell. See, this is natural gas. This is a commodity, so it's hard to tell. Hard to tell if it's going to reverse and go immediately higher or base out right here. Stocks are a little bit easier on the volume sense. Plus, this is a 3 times ETF, so that makes it even worse. Volumes are all over the place. But yeah, at least we're still loosely above this prior high. So, but about 50% down from kind of where we saw it between here, there, and the high. So we're kind of right in the middle there. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be doing too much with it right now. I'm not doing a lot right now as it is, so. But the Nasdaq up 0.22%. ES looks like it was up a little bit, about 0.3%. Let's fix my time axis here, because for some reason I can never keep it where I want it. All right, let's keep walking lower. So Winnebago putting in a base here after a beautiful run up, and actually a pretty valid base, down about 25%, getting fairly close to a buy point. Buy point would be above this this high right here, actually, at about the 41.23 level would be your breakout point for Winnebago. Good volume on the right-hand side of this chart of the cup. It's kind of a V, but not that much of a V. It's V-ish, but nicely elevated volume almost every day, arguably every day. No, it is every day. That's above. That's above. So some nice candles for Winnebago on the right side of its cup. That's a positive. So that buy point looks like it's forthcoming. I mean, good action. Snap. Snap looking good here. Yeah, at least easy to get up here to that. Well, it's only $1, but it's about 7-8% higher. Yes, James. Hold on a sec. All right. So Snap looking good this morning, getting over these lows right here. That's really good. And then sitting here towards the high may decide to break out. You've got, looks like a little shelf of resistance. 1704 is that recent high. So this could be a nice nice entry area. Volume seems a little light right now, but it's moving. So I may take a smaller position, and if it keeps working, then you can level into it. But if it pulls back, you don't have that much exposure. INS, Take-Two Interactive, RealPage. This one interesting for the larger breakout, from the larger breakout perspective. Volume generally declining here over the past 6 months, and under average volume here for the past month. So not bad. Actually getting to a potential buy point is RealPage. Now these don't pop up immediately in a lot of circumstances, but if they do, all the better. You just got to give them a little bit of room, and maybe they'll give you a nice run. James, what's up? Hold on, guys. Looks like RealPage already reversed in there a little bit. So low volume can get you sometimes. So wait for that breakout. That could be a nice one. We have another one that was like that. We should come up here. DR Horton, inverted head and shoulders, break right there at the trend line. That's worked out pretty well. Choppy. You got to wait a little bit sometimes, but that's okay. And it kind of rounding over there. Intuit Software may have found some support at that 260 level. Looks like already at 270, maybe on the way to 290. So about a 2-to-1 risk reward on that one. I think that support down there at 260 seems pretty solid. Definitely in a nicely defined uptrend on the weekly. OKE, this is another one that had a big base, watching this one for a while and started to move. So finally broke out here. Yesterday was a selling candle, today a little bit lower, but nothing broken there whatsoever. Looks pretty good. We're feeling this thing jumps over a lot of steps. MDCO, I really like this. This is really nice and high and tight. I really like these setups. Your buy point here is 49.30. You want about 10 cents above the prior high. Just give it some space. Ideally increasing volume. Today volume looks pretty good. It's really on breakout watch. This can go any day. So you gotta watch it. You gotta let it hit the level. I'm a little low on that one. There you go, 49.20. Right at that prior high is where the alert's going to go off for me. So I mean, that's a nice flag right there. What's up, Eli? Like this little flag I'm pointing at here, buddy? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Let's take a look at NBCO on Stock Checkup for a second. Oh, there's the in mode. That's a nice one. Okay. Develops therapeutics for treatments for atherosclerosis cardiovascular disease. Yes, I said it. I think I even said it right. Atherosclerosis. Nice. Good job, man. Yes. Nailed it. EPS 0. That's what you want to see. You want to see no EPS growth. That's ideal. 0. No 3-year EPS growth rate. Negative 3,000% tax margin. 0% sales change. It's exactly what you want to see in a growth stock. This is complete sarcasm if you're not picking up on it, by the way. That's good though. That's good. As usual, the technical signs are there, but the fundamental signs are lacking. This biotech is looking to leapfrog its rivals and buy point. Ooh. That's a good one. It's nice when the stock leads the fundamentals, but always a little difficult when you take fundamentals into account with your trading. Okay, jump Tuesday afternoon after biotech cholesterol treatment proved its mettle over 18 months. Yeah, it did. I remember that breakout. Lowered bad cholesterol by 54%. That's pretty good. Interesting. Patients were less likely to experience a heart attack or stroke than those who were on the placebo. That's funny. Oh, wow, they interfere with RNA? That's interesting. Oh, you know what? I had a thought earlier. Not that anyone cares or knows what I'm gonna say, but been watching some string theory videos lately, and people are starting to think that string theory may be kind of the unifying theory of the universe. And I'm looking at these strings that they're drawing, and I'm thinking to myself, those are kind of a lot like proteins. So I wonder if strings, if you can use some protein folding research and put it into string theory and do something with it. Anyway, so that's pretty much it on MDCO. So looks like a very good, promising drug coming out. Don't know when. That was that big buy, that big day. It was right. I think it was that one. Was it that one? Did I close that window out? We gave a date, if I remember correctly. Oh, August 26th. Yeah, right there. So broke out of the buy point August 26th, and then it really hasn't looked back. Beautiful, beautiful little flag situation here. So that's kind of that definitely be on a short list. On Huya yesterday. I'm on ZTO. How did I click on ZTO? I meant to go to Huya. Yeah, Huya ended up working out really nice yesterday. I mean, everything was there. The volume was there. It was hitting the buy point. The day before, we even noted that it was getting froggy, and it ended up really nicely by the end of the day above the breakout point there. And yeah, yesterday it was up like freaking 7% or something like that. It was up big. Had a big day at the end. Yeah, 7.5%. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful day. Look at all that volume. Stepping in very nicely. So double bottom base. There's your breakout. I mean breakout candle. Nothing wrong with Huya up here. I think you give it room. It's got room to run. You'll probably see that 20% in time, as long as the market doesn't fall flat on its face. So Roku, on the other hand, not really participating in a bounce on the. I was looking at this one yesterday for a move for the bounce off the 50-day, and good thing I didn't participate because it took a big dump again today. I guess that bounce wasn't much of a bounce. So I said yesterday, I think it was, the big volume coming into the 50-day is not as important by any means as volume going through the 50-day. So this candle here today already, look at all that volume. It's already much bigger than yesterday's volume. So this is going to be a big day through the 50-day for Roku. So this thing's done for now. You don't want to be touching this thing. Just let it go. I'll keep it on the actionable list for a little while, but I'll may remove it in a couple of days here. Okay, so market looks like it's getting its feet overstock with another crazy whipsaw day back towards support areas of 15. If you're feeling froggy, I mean, hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Kid's throwing fits. All right, so Overstock coming back actually to a pretty decent little support point here. It's been pretty drastic up and down, kind of whipsawing around. Hard to get a beat on it, but sometimes when you're low like this, you occasionally get an opportunity, and this could be one of those days if it starts to behave nicely. Take a look at Atlassian, which is trying to bounce off the 200 moving average there. ESNT also trying to break up into, now as we mentioned, this is a larger base on base pattern, and I've got my alerts at 5090. 5061 is the actual buy point. Hard sometimes to get that exact. Yeah, close enough. All right, so that's a little bit better on ESNT. Ideally, obviously, you want to see volume increasing. Your breakout volume is 40% above average. This is already some really good volume today. You can see we're about half of average volume, and we're only 30 minutes, 21 minutes into the trading session. So 547 average, we're at 288. So that's pretty good. If this continues in this fashion, you could see a breakout at ESNT. And what's a pretty nice base, and if I remember right, if I look at the stock checkup, 96 composite rating. So pretty good. EPS pretty good. Sales pretty good. Accumulation, distribution pretty good. So pretty much green lights here for ESNT. It's not perfect. EPS could be higher for sure. But ESNT with a base on base pattern could be pretty nice. Light, new addition to the actionable list. Declining trend line there. Multi-year base. DocU, already broken out of that after earnings a while back. It looks like it's trying to make a leg up today. Maybe trying to make the next step. Court trying to break out also from another kind of multi-year declining wedge here. Big one, big boy. I would like a little bit more volume, but it looks like I don't know, it looks like it's kind of on its way. So definitely some bullish things going on in the market here. MDCO. I like Snap holding up. I think Snap is actionable around this area with an entry position that you can add to it on a little success. Momo, not too bad. Nothing classical about the base there, though. Constellation Brands, what are you doing this morning? Looks like you overtook 208 resistance over the past couple of days. And this one also in a multi-year base. Constellation Brands is in just a huge, crazy uptrend right here since 2012. And you can see during here, it had a nice kind of long base. Before kind of fudding everyone out right there, and then going on starting a huge multi-year run. Constellation Brands owns tons of, I don't know all their assets that they own, but it's a lot of liquor that you know. And so you can see right there, another multi-year base, potentially another multi-year run. Talking about CGC and Constellation Brands. Okay, so Constellation Brands invested in CGC. It's an article about CGC, not about STZ, but we're talking about STZ. MDCO's popping right there. Moving up our list. A little bit of distribution actually. RealPage, another one with a very long base. You see a very long base here going back a long ways. What's up with RP? Provides on-demand software for managing, screening, leasing, and accounting in the rental housing industry. Okay, that's right. So this guy, after a run of about almost 3 years, putting in a nice base here for about a year and a half, and that could be a nice breakout too. Pretty much on the cusp of that as well. Biomed. Clearing that huge gap. Maybe you'd have to check on. See all these biotech stocks. You at least have to kind of understand the story. I think this is a huge down. We were hawking on this for a minute, and it just never showed any strength. Yeah, it could be an exhaustion gap, so we could be do a reversal here. You see, there's a lack of volume here recently. There's a little minor curl going on there too. So, yeah, that could be interesting as long as you're willing. You have to give these a lot of space though. This one's not bad at about 8.25%. A Biomed, not super mad at that if you want to take a flyer on it. There's no uptrend at all. This is a straight reversal play, so you have, you know, a little bit more risk on the table in terms of no trend at all. It's been going south for about a year. But able to hold this nice and tight. The bars have been tight as well, which indicates kind of lack of selling. Not a tremendous amount of volume down here, but I guess Lori, if you want to try it, go for it. Just make it a maybe an entry position, and then if it works out for you, then you can start to add to it. But you may have to wait a little while for this to provide results. It's not always perfectly clear, but I do like this little curl. Of course, we had a little curl over here too till earnings came out, and earnings are always a gamble, and this one didn't pay off. So actually was showing a little bit of I think the chart I drew is similar to this. So you can see right there the selling was drifting away, and then whatever they said on earnings here, they did not like. So you're probably going to want to know what that is and see if they've put out any information to mitigate that statement. But yeah, if you want to, you can take an entry position here, and see how it goes. Pretty manageable stop loss too for being at a low. That's a little bit encouraging. All right, things are jumping around on me here today. We'll start from the top down again. Overstock pulling in a little bit. ESNT. Looks like it just cleared that buy point. And like I said, volume on ESNT is good. Base on base pattern is very bullish. If this thing leads, it could lead. So you got to move up at 51.
Daddy,
Yes.
can you play with me?
No.
No. Can you brush my teeth?
So ESNT looking pretty good right there for a breakout. It's moving right now. I mean, volume is already almost average. 549, we're at 365. We were like 280 earlier when you looked at just several minutes ago. So that one's not too bad. That one's going. That one's good. I mean, it's breaking out. I think I may make a trade on that one. Good reaction here on earnings and nice little structure there. Okay, go ahead and draw. You want to do it right there with the light?
Yeah. Maxwell is a giant
James, I don't know what you're doing, but there's some other things that are more important to do right now.
Hold on. All right. Freaking kids.
Oh, James, you are not whining all morning, are you?
Big spread in that one. Yeah, it's sitting right up here in highs, taking a breather, but it's not doing too bad. Right there poking at the high. Yeah, it's got 6.5 hours to trade, 6 left in the day, so it's got plenty of time to run. Doesn't have to move every second. But second on our list today is pretty good. Hmm. I have to lay this out a little more. Let me see here. Wow. Didn't want to take your loss just yet. Well, hopefully that doesn't Hopefully it doesn't bite you hard. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's done selling and it can go higher. I mean, it's kind of in a little symmetrical pattern right there. It's really small. I mean, I don't think the Starbucks story is done by any stretch of the imagination. It just murdered my position, so kind of broke my trading strategy around the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, if the market gets good and it starts reversing up, there's no need to get rid of it if it may just keep going. You never know. Well, it should at least come back